This April, prepare to meet
Captain Sparkle Fingers.
No, it's not. That's not my name.
Shazam.
You're him. You're the hero.
Just say the word.
Shazam! Oh, hey, I'm a superhero.
Shazam. In cinemas April 5. Book tickets now.
It just sucks that it's like, I literally today turned to somebody and was like, should we turn Jim Rutherford off and turn him on again? Maybe he just needs rebooted.
Maybe he has a bug. Maybe he has a virus.
Like, maybe we need to defrag him?
Oh my God, he got hacked. He got hacked by, like, the Capitals or the Flyers or something like that. That makes total sense.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Donut Bag, part of the Pod Hub Network. In this episode, I welcome back Leah Blasko from the Pensblog, and we talk about everything going on with the Penguins, and it's not good. These are dark times. We try to sort out all their problems, but there's just too many. They just lost to the Flyers in the outdoor game. Trade deadline happened. They made a not so popular trade. It's just we vent. It's a vent session. The Donut Bag starts right now.
Well, the NHL trade deadline was today, and well, wasn't the biggest day in the Pens history.
Oh, well, I would say it was a pretty big day.
Why is that?
Just not in a good way.
Oh, yeah. True. That's Leah Blasko, at Cia Leah on Twitter from the Pensblog. How you doing?
I have officially reached the acceptance stage of the grieving process. Because you know what? We won 2 back-to-back Stanley Cups, and nobody can take that away.
You know, that's where we're at. That's basically where we're at is, wow, we won a couple cups, and it was pretty recent. That was really cool. It doesn't look like it's happening anytime soon again.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say it's not going to happen anytime soon again. That is, like, incredible pessimism. But I will say that this is the first trade deadline that at the conclusion of the trade deadline, I was like, wow, I do not think the Pittsburgh Penguins got better today. In fact, if pressed, I might say they got worse.
Okay. So, to review, the Penguins today traded for... what is this guy's name?
Weidman.
Well, Weidman.
Branson. It's Good Branson is how you say it.
Yeah, I wish he was good, Branson. Okay, so he had, I think, the worst plus minus in the league, which is, I mean, hey,
currently still at this moment.
He's the minus champion. That's great. If you're
he is the exact opposite of Brian Dumoulin. Brian Dumoulin is a plus 27, and he is a minus 27. And plus minus is a garbage stat. Absolute trash. It sucks. But if your number is above 15 in either direction, maybe it's saying something.
They literally cancel each other out. They're like matter and antimatter or something. They would if they touched each other, the universe might explode or something like that.
It's like, if you were writing a great literary novel, they would be foils.
Yes.
Now they play on the same team and could someday, at some point, have, who knows, play on the same pair.
Yeah. Okay, so obviously I know. Well, remember, we're in acceptance. I just looked it up. Okay, the 5 stages of grief are denial, anger, bargaining, appropriate for the trade deadline, depression, and acceptance. I think we're both in acceptance. Right
okay, so I was in denial after they signed Jack Johnson. I was like, no, this isn't like...
We're getting pranked.
This is fine. Like, it's fine. It's whatever. They're being silly. And then the next one's anger.
Yep.
Stage 2 anger. So at Stage 2, I was angry whenever I saw the tweets today that they were going to get Ron Hainsey.
Yes. I fell for it. I fell for the fake
We
Jason
all
Mackey
fell
accounts.
for it. And then Stage 3 is bargaining. So then they were like, oh, well, they're going to get Branson. And I was like, well, maybe. Like, literally, I didn't tweet this out because I was like, I just want to hope that this is the case. I was like, maybe they trade Johnson for good Branson. And, like, he's not better, but at least it's still only one. Yeah. And then it wasn't. And I was depressed.
So
and then you know what I did? I opened up my closet when I came home from work. I pulled out my back-to-back Stanley Cup champions t-shirt, put it on, and was like, you know what? We got back-to-back Stanley Cup. We have more Stanley. Wait, here's a good one because I looked this up. We have 3 Stanley Cups since 2009. So that's 3 Stanley Cups in the last 10 years. That is equal to or more than 21 teams in the National Hockey League.
Awesome.
So you know what? I'm done. We're tied for the most Stanley Cups won ever by a non-expansion franchise. Or by an expansion franchise.
Yeah.
By a non-original 6 franchise.
Yeah.
So there's the Canadiens and the Maple Leafs, the Red Wings, the Bruins, and the Blackhawks. So those 5 are ahead of us.
And then us.
And then there's us and Edmonton. And then the Islanders and Rangers are tied with 4. So we have won more Stanley Cups in my lifetime than any of the original 6 teams, if my math is correct. Maybe not the Red Wings. 92, 2007, 2000.
They've won a bunch, so probably not.
Probably not them, but probably only them. And they're also an original 6 franchise, and we're not. So they have extra time when the league was a cluster to fall back on. We actually had to play everybody. So, and the Edmonton Oilers had Wayne Gretzky, and he was uncommonly healthy, and he's a human cheat code.
Yeah.
But so, I mean, like when you put it in, like put that into perspective, guys. Okay. We are 7 points. We counted last game. We are 7 points away from Evgeny Malkin scoring 1,000 points in the NHL. Sidney Crosby has scored 1,000 points in the NHL. Both have 3 Stanley Cups. Both have the Conn Smythe, the Art Ross, any award you name it, they won it. That's their thing. They've done it. We have been incredibly lucky, and we have seen so many championships. It just sucks that it's like, I literally today turned to somebody and was like, should we turn Jim Rutherford off and turn him on again? Maybe he just needs rebooted.
Maybe he has a bug. Maybe he has a virus.
Like, maybe we need to defrag him?
Oh my God, he got hacked. He got hacked by, like, the Capitals or the Flyers or something like that. That makes total sense.
Like, it just... They won back-to-back Stanley Cups by having small players that were fast and speedy. And now they're like, they keep getting these guys that are huge and can't freaking skate. This is the bad place!
I saw you tweet that, and I almost, if the other stage is laughter, that was the stage when I saw that, like, and I think you also tweeted
the bad place.
I think it was that Grim Rutherford account that pretends to be Jim Rutherford, and him typing the word password as a tweet or something like that, because that's his password.
Oh, I did not retweet that. I don't think I follow that account, but it does have...
that was somebody else.
They have the occasional gems, but no, like, it just... Jack Johnson is trash. He is trash. He makes Brian Dumoulin worse. That is a damn achievement, because Brian Dumoulin is so freaking good. He makes everybody worse. Everything he touches, he's he's like kills it. Dead. And now you went out and got another one? What the hell are we supposed to do with this? And you know the worst part about it? Goodbranson has term, which means, and God, I'm getting a stomach ulcer just thinking about this, they probably want to trade one of Mata or Schultz at the draft.
Oh, it would probably be Mata, right?
It would have to be Mata because they would sell high on him.
Yeah.
Because he had a good season before he got injured.
Yeah. Amazing.
Just gonna go hide under a rock when that happens. Because if anybody listening to this knows me at all, they know he is like one of my favorites. But not only that, like the kid's been through damn hell.
Yeah. He
just had the same shoulder re-injured for the third time. He's 25? 4?
I don't even think he's that old.
25. He might be turning 25 this year. He might be 24 right now because he was a 2012 draftee. That's
he is
3 years younger.
24. Yeah, he's his birthday's in August. So
yeah,
yep.
He's my draft year. If I have been drafted, would have been 2009. His was 2012, so I did the math. 3 years younger than me. I turned 28 this year. He turns 25 this year, just depending on when his birthday was. But
what does he make?
He makes 4.08.
Well, Mata makes 4.08, but Gunbranson makes that much also. And
Branson also makes that much, yes.
And we're going for another 3 years.
Uh-huh. And Mata's contract is, I want to say 4. I think Mata's might be 1 year longer. Because I believe they signed him to, like, either max term or 1 year off. So, like, they signed him to, like, 6 or 7 years.
It sounds like this guy's major thing is he's tough. I don't know if he's a fighter. I heard he fought Tom Wilson.
The only thing that I can tell you about Eric Goodbranson, other than everybody says he's bad, is that I watched him give Evgeny Malkin a concussion on February 22nd, 2013. Wow. Like, I was at the game. I watched it happen, and it was not fun. And now this guy has to go be on the same team as him. Which, I get it, guys. Like, you know, that's not really a thing. They're professionals. That was, like, 5 years ago, 6 years ago. What? I don't care. Just the fact that that's all I remember about this guy. Other than the fact that he was, like, a game of hot potato. And people were, like, passing him around like, oh, we don't want him. Oh, we don't want him. Oh, we don't want him. There was, like, a really telling tweet from somebody from the Canucks. Like one of their blogs, I think. And they were like, I'm sorry, Penguins fans. This player is absolutely awful. And I am so happy he is not on the Canucks anymore. I was like, great, thanks. That really helps. Like, makes me feel so much better.
It's bad when the other team has pity on you. That's where we're at. Could you imagine if they traded if they got Wayne Simmons? How awkward would that have been?
Well, until that hit happened, I was like, you know, Wayne Simmons wouldn't be bad because Patrick Hornquist has struggled since he came back from his latest injury. And I was like, you know, that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. And then there was that hit, and I was like, oh, that isn't going to happen now. Like, how do you do that locker room introduction? How do you do that?
Right.
No, and so, okay. So I'm being hyperbolic. I wanna put that out there. I don't want you guys to think, because here's the thing that's driving me insane. This fan base is so spoiled. Okay? We've seen so much success that, like, oh my gosh, we didn't win the trade deadline. How will we ever go on? Oh. So, like, here's the thing. Guys, we are so lucky. We are so much luckier than so many other fan bases. Like, think about the feats of daring hockey we get to see Sidney Crosby do on a nightly basis, to the point where we are like, oh yeah, he like played with that stick, he like took this play, he took the puck from his skate to his other skate to his stick, and then he passed it, and then he got it back and he scored, and like, yeah, it was just Sid. But like, that's impressive. That's not a thing people do. Like, guys, calm